Welcome back to the channel. This is the Action Figure Grader, and I've got a recent pickups video that I'm finally going to get to put together. My collection room is nice and quiet for once. We had a major water leak in my bathroom in my collection room, so we had to tear it all out and start over again for the second time. It was just a mess, but we finally got it done, and my room is quiet. There's not construction debris everywhere, and I've picked up some very nice tri-logos over the last couple of months, and two of them just arrived yesterday from the CIB AFA auctions that I picked up and was very happy to pick them up. And the first one is this one, the Tri-Logo Gamorrean Guard. This is a tough one to get in decent grade because the blister is so massive. Look how big this blister is. It is absolutely gigantic. It takes up half the card. And this was one that, you know, again, CIB, most of these did come from CIB. So over the last few, I don't know, let's say month or so, they've had some great auctions for tri-logos. This one is graded AFA 80, and the card got an 80, blister 75, figure 85. You could maybe make an argument that this one's overgraded. The card is really nice. I mean, the card condition is pretty immaculate. It does have some light edge wear at the bottom there, but really it's the blister on this one. And, you know, quite frankly, this is about as good as you're going to find for the Tri-Logo Gamorrean Guard, although it does have some dings at the top of the blister and then some kind of rippling effect going on. You could maybe make an argument that this one is a 75 plus overall. I don't know if I really care. It's just a really nice example. Here's the back of the card, as all of these are about the same. So that's nice. You know, that turned out really nice. And I got it for a pretty fair deal. I mean, I've seen some similarly graded Tri-Logo Gamorrean Guards go for significantly more than what I paid. So I was really happy with that price. The one I was really happy about in this batch, this is from the same auction lot. This is the Tusken Raider Sand People Homme de Sable. And this is one I've been looking for forever. I mean, I always miss ones that pop up on Facebook, and you know, typically they've been going in the ballpark of $700 to $800 in high grade, if not ungraded. I think the last one I saw that was ungraded but in really good shape sold for $800 on Facebook, and I had missed it. It sold immediately. This one was graded AFA 80, straight 80s for the subscores. You'll notice that the figurehead is very loose on this one, and you know, he's basically looking at me with his, you know, kind of a sideways questioning look saying, really, John? Do you really need to buy this? But it's one I've wanted forever, and I ended up getting it for way less than I expected. I was really surprised that it went for the price it did. Maybe because of, you know, the loose head. It's not like broken or anything. It's just kind of loose at the top of the sonic weld there. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. It's really nice. The card got an 80 as well. It did have some very light litho issues there. Back of the card is in really good shape though. So it seemed like a fair enough deal to me. And you know, if you're looking at the backs of these two, you can see that this one is a lot brighter. So I think this one is the German Parker. This is before AFA started noting German Parker on the you know, the grading label, but the German Parkers are known for a thinner kind of hang tab and wider hang tab like this one is, versus kind of a thicker and shorter, stubbier hang tab. And the yellow on the back of the card is a much brighter yellow. So this is the German Parker, to my knowledge, the German Parker version for the Tusken Raider. And German Parker just means it was made in like a, you know, a different factory over in Europe. So those are the two that I just got yesterday in the mail. Very happy though to get this Tusken Raider. This is one I've been looking for forever. And I've got a few other CIB auctions items, pickups that I picked up here recently. This is probably about a month ago now, but this is an AFA 80 Verata. And this one was a beautiful unpunched example, also graded 80, 85, 80, 85 on this one. Now, I already had a Verata, but the other one that I had was, it had the Clipper catalog on the back, and it's graded CAS 75+. So I went ahead and picked this one up. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the 75 plus Verata or not. I might end up selling that one just because I don't really need two. But, you know, it is a different variation relative to what this one is. So it's a very nice unpunched example in really good shape. 85, 80, 85. And, you know, it did have some light dings on the top of the blister that held it back from getting an 80 plus. Light push, you know, kind of indentation on the front of the blister there. But really, this is a very clean example. Another one I got at a very fair price, even relative to the Clipper catalog one. And then as part of this purchase, I also, in that same auction lot, did finally get the A-Wing pilot. This one is also unpunched, and it does unfortunately have the new figure 1 pound 59 pence. You know, these stickers came straight out of the factory on some select, especially last 17. I do have the Luke Stormtrooper tri-logo that has that same sticker on there, and I'm okay with it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal, but I prefer to have it without because I think it's a nice presentation without it, with all the multi-language in the upper left, and you get to see all the logos nice and clean there. But the A-Wing palette is one that I've wanted for a while too. So this is a beautiful unpunched example. This one is graded AFA 80, 85, 85. So the blister on this one got the 85. The card did not. It got an 80 score. Not sure why. To me, this is a very, very clean example of the A-Wing pilot. I could not figure out why it got the 80. To me, it looks every bit of an 85 for the card score. So it is what it is, though. It's okay. I'm okay with it. So that's another one I paid about fair market for. I was, the Verata, I would say, was a particularly good deal. The A-Wing was more like fair market value. So that was it in terms of recent pickups from the CIB auctions. I've certainly have bid on other ones recently, but they all just have gone too high for me. But I need to say thank you to Matthew because he had a number of tri-logos that were at auction, and I was able to pick up 3 of them in a recent auction batch. I bid on a number of others, but just did not win them. But this one is a nice upgrade for my Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight. And this one's got the cape off, and it's a near mint AFA 80, 85 on this one. And I did have this one already with the cape on, and it was a AFA yellowed 75 plus. It's one I had picked up many years ago, and so I sent that off as a gift to a buddy of mine. He sent me so many, Dominic R. has sent me so many generous gifts over the last year or so that I just, he mentioned he wanted it. How much do you want for it? And I was like, give me a break, man. You sent me so much stuff. I just felt like it was the right thing to do to send him one. So I did have a really nice AFA 75 plus that was very slightly yellowed. I mean, it was very, very minor. But anyway, so I sent that off to him, and I'm keeping the AFA 80 for the collection. This one does have some kind of litho issues in the upper right-hand corner there. Probably from a price sticker. If I had to guess, it was probably like a KB Toys price sticker or something like that. But very happy with this one to get this one as part of the collection. So awesome Luke Jedi. And as part of that same auction lot that Matthew had going, I did finally pick up the Stormtrooper as well. This one was AFA 80. CIB also had an AFA 80 that went for slightly less, but the figure on it was, in my opinion, no longer an 85 grade. It still had a figure score of an 85, but the Stormtrooper's arms and legs were very noticeably pink. This one I thought really truly is an AFA 85 for the figure score. It's a very nice one. Now the negative is that this one did have some kind of light rubbing and paint loss on the left-hand side of the card there. Let's see if you can come in there. So that was the trade-off. It was like, do I take the CIB example that did not have that kind of color loss on the side of the card, or do I stick with this one that had the color loss but had a much cleaner looking figure inside the blister with no yellowing? This is my first Stormtrooper mint on card as well. So 80, 80, 85 were the sub-scores on this one. And that's the one I elected to go with. I ended up paying slightly more, not much more, but slightly more than what the CIB auction went for. It's tomato, potato. pick your poison as to which one would have been better. So in my opinion, this one was the better one. So I'm very happy with that one. And thank you again to Matthew for that. And so the final one I'll show you that I picked up from Matthew is this one. This is the Chief Chirpa. Punched example, no price sticker. And this one got the AFA 85. So let's see. It's got 85, 80, 85. So the 80 subscore for the blister did not hold it back, but I don't know why it got the 80 for the subs. It's got some very, I mean, I'm talking minuscule ding in the upper left-hand corner, and that's about it, really. I mean, this is a very, very clean example, and I can see why they rounded it up to an overall 85 for Chief Chirpa. This is the second Ewok I've got on the Tri-Logo. I've also got Lumat, and I bid on Logray and Warwick and a few other Ramba a bit over here, but they've just gone too high for me. But very nice example of the Chief Chirpa on the Tri-Logo card back. So 7 different recent pickups for Palatoy Tri-Logos and German Parker for the Tusken Raider. And you know, I've got a big balance on the PayPal credit, and I'm going to probably have to sell a couple of items here just to make room. But I've kind of reconfigured my collection room while all that construction noise was going on. So I've managed to sneak in a few extra spots in my collection room to account for these amazing Tri-Logo pickups. I've got 42 mint on card graded Tri-Logos now. So I've got a really nice run going. I've still got a number of characters that are very expensive on the Tri-Logo card back that hopefully I can knock out a few of them. I don't expect to ever get all of them, especially like General Madine or even the Jawa. But, you know, hopefully some of the main heroes like Han, Solo, and Princess Leia Hoth, Princess Leia Bespin, you know, some of those I think would be nice targets for next year. I'm probably about my max in terms of what I'm going to spend this year on vintage toys. But just wanted to show you all these, and I hope you enjoyed looking at them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.